Hello and welcome to Never Fall. This is Rivals, not Virals, but listen, it's Banter FC. The jokes are coming. Look at all of them smiling, waiting to say the joke. Everyone has a joke that they are waiting to say. There's only one box empty. Guess who is not here after the Endo thing, the end of the transfer window. Listen, beautiful people, hit that like button, please. It's right. It's never a foul, and it's just your rivals. And then this is gonna be a lot of jokes, a lot of fun. You're gonna enjoy it. From Enzo to Enzo, already people are saying that in the chat. This is what is going. Lewis is again. It's the tears again with Lewis, of course. But how's everybody doing? How are you guys? How are you guys doing? How's everybody?
Doing all right. Just trying to make sure I can fit in a new word for the title because people are gonna. Oh, we want winners at the end of the title because it's not like that's gonna make my 115 charges go away.
Oh, but Man City, another trophy. Yeah. I forgot that, to be honest. Man City, another trophy in the bag. Penalties against Sevilla. Man City don't look the same. Let's just start with this now before anybody comes and says anything. But anyway, what are we saying, people? What are we saying? Oh my God!
Yeah,
let me do this. Mario first. Mario, big up Mario for being a member right off the bat before we even start. Check out the community, Mario, please. Check out the community, the post there with the WhatsApp, and also the panel show for the members, of course. So check that out. Thank you for being a member, Mario. Let me do this couple of super chats. Fatur, big up Fatur, of course. At least it's not the Corey. Liverpool fans are ungrateful. Get ready to learn more Japanese. Yeah. Endo was our 8th best choice. Woof.
Man, where is Monts? I need Monts to be in here. I can't lie. One sec. David, get the fuck out of it. You know what? I ain't got time for people today. Get out. No, I ain't got time. You're getting banned, mate. First of all, don't ask if Kendall's got fake hair or something. And I said, why do you care? Just saying F.
Fake hair? I wish I had fake hair. It would be longer than this and thicker than this.
Yeah, just get out. But yeah, man, I can't lie, man. It's the end of it all. Oh, wait. Crap. Let's talk about this Sevilla game first.
You really just said that, you were waiting for it.
Let's talk about the Man City game, man, first and foremost, right? I don't know how you don't want to label it, because if I label it the way I do, I'm going to get told I'm going overboard. But the people that said about Man United opening day, underwhelming, Arsenal and that are going to be the same ones that say, oh, you're just overreacting, right? I'm just saying, innit? Sevilla were meant to be weak. They took you to penalties. You won on penalties. Well done, by the way. You won the Super Cup. Something that Man United couldn't do back in '99. Lost to Lazio and everything. So the way I look at it, all I want to say is when you're suffering, when your only goal scorer on the pitch can't get no goals, that's all it is, right? I'm just saying there's a lot of work to be done in it. Sevilla smashed us. When it comes to cup games, Sevilla, look, you guys that thought you were going to batter them, you didn't batter them, innit? And it's as simple as that. Yes, I'm a little bit salty, but do I care? No, not really.
I don't know. Personally, I never thought it was going to be a battering. I thought Sevilla would have made it tough for them, and they made it a lot tougher than I thought it would be. Defensively, they were very sound. They kept the midfield tight. There's barely anything going to Haaland. To be honest, Grealish's crossing wasn't really too good on the left-hand side, but I just thought Sevilla played really well. If anything, I would have understood that if they didn't just batter Burnley on Saturday. So now it just feels like I think Sevilla were just a lot better than people gave them credit for initially, I guess.
All right, let's talk about this season as well. I don't care what happened last season. Is this the future of Man City without Kevin De Bruyne, by the way? Just whip it back post and hope Haaland scores a header, or maybe this time Cole Palmer.
Listen, man, I've been saying it. I really think Arsenal are going to win the league. And I think it will be more by default. I think Man City will play good, but I think they'll come unstuck against certain teams. That doesn't mean they're weak. It doesn't mean they're not good. It doesn't mean they're crap. It means they're amazing. But no 2 seasons are ever the same. Everyone keeps saying that Newcastle had a good season last season, so they're going to fall out of the league next. That's not how football works. Like, I never thought in 2003 when Arsenal went invincible, we would not win another league for 20 years. That isn't how football goes, right? So I just think that Arsenal have a very, very good chance. I think the fact that Haaland does rely so heavily, and he's got such a unique connection with KDB. I mean, he has connections with, a lot of great players because he's so good. And I also think, I mean, I said it, I know we're talking about Man City, but I just think I've never seen a team win 4 leagues in a row. So by that, by default, I just don't think Man City will do it. And it doesn't mean anything about them not being good, because they're a fantastic team. I think in the second half, especially Man City, they pinned them in and it was absolutely an onslaught. But I can see them coming unstuck. And listen, I don't want to jinx anything, but I do think that Newcastle will get something against them on the weekend. I really do. So I think Newcastle are a very good team anyway. But
you're smiling, man. Look at his cheeky grin, man.
Listen,
I know
I've
like
never been so excited.
It.
I've never been so excited to play Man City, and that's weird, and that's made me feel a bit sick. I actually feel genuinely sick about it because I'm actually not scared. Like, I'm genuinely excited, which is scary to me. Like, that's a bit.
You don't like Newcastle. I just think Newcastle will take points.
It's not that I don't like Newcastle. I just never rated the depth in their team, and I've always been going towards Newcastle and their depth. Now they might go get Lewis Hall, and they might go get a centre back of some choice, and then now we're having another conversation. I've been saying this. That's all. I said, just don't overrate it when you got Champions League ball. What do you make of the game, anyways, Kendall?
To be honest, I didn't watch it. I watched penalties.
How can you be excited to play this team if you never even watched?
No, it's not based on that. It's based on the injuries that they've got, based on the fact that they, as everyone else has said, they haven't played as well today against Sevilla. You would be expecting Sevilla are a good team, don't get me wrong, but you would still be expecting Man City to at least look dominant in the game, and everyone on Twitter was like, they said that they didn't. So but I'm more excited now. I think it's more based on us though, like on my team. It's not based on them. I saw the penalties. They were penalties, great, lovely. Yeah. Like, it was the only one because obviously Sevilla missed one, banged off the bar, great. So yeah, but that's not to say they wouldn't have won. But I'm just excited for the game on Saturday, which is, I mean, we have the Etihad curse though, which is, as I said yesterday, I really don't think we've won there ever under Pep. Someone might be able to tell me different back. If we have, I can't remember the last time we have. So we have a bit of the Etihad curse, but I'm actually more confident now that we can actually go there and do something. I'll take a draw though. All day long, I'll take a draw.
Have you drawn there?
I can't remember. Even this season, like the early game in the season, we played at St James's and it was 3-3. But the one after that, we got absolutely battered. We got battered at the Etihad, but that was when we had our really bad run of form. So I think like now, if we're going to get a result, and now would be the time, especially with KDB out and stuff. So
this is what I'm saying is, like, I need City fans, right, to be realistic. Like, yes, we say City ain't the same every season. No, we don't. It's last season we didn't say. And to be fair, it nearly came true, if we're being totally honest with ourselves, until we figured out a system that works. I need City fans to look at that game because obviously Daps is in Athens right now with Big Steve living at large, right? And he's obviously celebrating, doing his thing, right? So he's not on the panel today. But I'm just saying, like, City fans, come on, man. You have to be realistic. If you're looking at that game without KDB and you're saying you're not, I know you didn't have no Bernardo, to be fair, and you didn't have no Ruben Diaz and stuff, but I'm just saying, along them lines, you've got to look at that and think, what if you need to rotate without Bernardo and everything? Oh, we got Cole Palmer. Really? Really? Come on, man. Like, be honest with us in the comments. I want to see anyone in the comments that's actually going to have a realistic opinion about that game, like the Mad Hatter. You know, like he's a City fan. He said they need creative players. That's all I'm trying to allude to. You can't look at that game and feel like, oh, damn, we need some players right now, man. You know, I'd leave. What? Is that Clark Kent?
That's crazy, bro. I can't see you, bro. This guy's crazy, bro.
Wow, man. Man said,
look good, man. You look good. Like a PhD guy. Like, what is going on here?
He looks like he's about to manage Crystal Palace, bro.
Listen,
oh my God, man. The researcher Lee now. This
Listen,
is
man.
Lee, the researcher
Guys,
Lee.
You lot are crazy, bro.
This
Let's
is
get
your
on the
new
show,
name,
man.
bro.
Hey, listen, man. I can't see, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm
Anyway,
blind.
so about this game in isolation, in this game proves exactly what we said last season with Haaland and no inverting because they had a right back and a left back in Gavardio. There was no creativity. There was no KDB. Haaland was isolated, and you can keep the ball all day. You're not creating enough chances. So that's what's going to happen, as Cass said. If they rotate, or John Stones gets injured or something, they have nobody to invert. In the weekend, they had Rico Lewis inverting. If he doesn't play, they look like how they look today. I'm sorry, this is very underwhelming. I'm just analyzing this game as the same energy I give to Arsenal, same energy I give to Liverpool. I'm analyzing this game, which is the game in front of me now. You didn't invert somebody, and you look like you lost a lot of balls in the midfield, to be honest.
I will say though, it's
But
hard.
can I just say one thing, Lee, please? I don't think they're gonna play like this in the league. They're not gonna play with a right back and a left back. That's not gonna happen in the league. They're gonna go back to inverting somebody to accommodate for having Haaland as a striker, which what worked towards the last end of the season. This was just because he wanted to rotate and he didn't have anybody to invert. He didn't want to play Rico Lewis because I think he's planning to play Rico Lewis on the weekend or something. This is what I.
But you know what it is though. Like no one's saying that they're gonna be shit. No one's saying that City are shit and they're not gonna go and smash the Bournemouths and everyone else along the. Of course, you're gonna go and smash. But remember, I'm not holding to them to a Liverpool standard anymore, or to Chelsea standard, or Man United standard, or anyone. I'm talking top of the league standard. This is the high regard that we're taking Man City to, right? And how we know Man City winners. You might go win, but we're talking about that part of it all. Lewis, man, you must look at that and have the same. You can't be on a panel here. You're quite neutral when it other than Arsenal.
I'm thinking not they're gonna win the league, bro. You cannot be on the panel today. You're looking at this Man City and not thinking I can win this league.
This is all I'm saying.
No. We're not going.
We're not saying no. We're not saying you're winning. I'm not saying you're winning the league, but I'm talking about sitting as a collective. What you saw today, like I feel like their defense will always be fine, but that attack is going to be taking a bit of a diversion until maybe they get somebody in, like a Paquetá might work for them, maybe, and maybe a Doku might be the unknown entity that comes in and starts banging, I don't know, at least 10, 12 goals because they need to
That's the thing, we're talking too much about ifs. Like, we'll have a better idea of City by the end of the window because there'll be 2 or 3 more games played by then. They would have potentially brought in Paquetá, potentially brought in Doku, and they might have addressed those areas they need to address. As of now, it's been 2 games. They didn't look that impressive today, but I thought Sevilla were going to defend well anyway. Just didn't expect it to be that good. They played Burnley. They absolutely smoked them. It's too early to judge with them. Right now, Man City, like last season, they started slow again, and then they came back and they won a treble. Feels like we're falling into the same traps.
They kind of want to
judging other teams, Lewis. Then I'm sorry, people. After Arsenal game, we sat here, other shows, and we overanalyzed Arsenal, shoehorning Havertz. Man United were overanalyzing them, saying they're not going to be the same. Why can't we do the same for City? I'm sorry.
Because City have won, they've three-peated the league. Like, they've done it before in the past. I don't really think it's way too early to judge them at this point when they've been in this situation multiple times. They've overcome it multiple times, and they've still gone and won the league. It's like one game.
Even when they're not playing well as well, they get results. That's just how they are.
True.
Like,
I'm not saying that, but we're holding them to the highest standard that we're putting them on. Not saying they're finished. And of course, they're not finished. They got a flipping robot up front that scores.
I get asking the question. It's just too early to ask the question.
Yeah, no,
I am asking the question because I still believe that actually, even in their weaker time, they're still the best team in the league. With all due respect to Arsenal.
Yeah,
so then how do you question if their capabilities to win it?
I'm just asking the question because it's the same thing. Go ahead.
I'm just saying it's not going to be as easy as people think it's going to be without a KDB. Last time I believe KDB was out for a long period of time. Liverpool went and won the league. If I'm right,
yeah,
I think that's wrong. Actually,
I'm not wrong.
KDB, guys, KDB was out in 18-19, and it's Man City who won the league. Liverpool won the league 19-20.
Go check it again.
No, you're right. No, it's not. He's not. KDB was out.
It's the other way.
No, KDB was out, and they and for Christmas, like the Christmas period in January, and that's when Gundogan stepped in and did a madness. So
yeah, it's the other way. Like when KDB was out, they still won the league in 18-19.
Yeah, they did. They still won it.
Yes.
Oh, you are right. I'm thinking of because he was out in
2 seasons. He was out.
Who won it in 2020? Who won it in 2021?
That was City.
Was that City? Yeah, that was. Of course, it was a 3 years. Okay,
KDB had his, I think, not a great season in 1920 because Diaz was out. I think they had Stones was injured, if I'm not mistaken. They had no defense.
They're still winning the league. They're still winning.
Is that the one at the end of the season where he had like a back injury and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that was the one. I'm thinking of the wrong year. Then I'm wrong in that part. So my bad on that.
No, that's the wrong year. That's the wrong year.
But last time they had that 1920, they had the Leroy Sané and a Sterling and all that kind of.
That's where.
Was it Leroy Sané? Was that the season that he left, or was that the one?
18-19 season before, yeah.
Season before, they played Champions League. They played Liverpool in the Champions League.
Is that the one I'm thinking of where I was everyone was shit frightened of their attack?
No, in 1920, he only missed 6 games. I think the whole year.
No, 18-19.
18-19, where he missed like days. He missed like 3 months or something.
He missed like 10,
He still won the league. This is what you said. Yeah,
he missed 10 games. He missed 10 games. I'm looking at it now. But anyways, it's not the point. I don't want to say this. I just want to say Pep's got to figure out something for their attack, right? That's all I'm trying to say. Look, because KDB, you can't replace this guy, regardless what you do, right? And you can't just be crossing the ball every time. So, like, I'm used to Man City opening up teams. Today, obviously, it's a stubborn Sevilla side. I saw against even Arsenal, they just play compact and just let them cross the ball and hope for the best. That's all I'm trying to say. Foden's got to step up a little bit. I wouldn't say today was his brightest again. It doesn't matter. But I'm saying they need something in there. That's all I'm trying to say. They need.
But I think, Kaz,
you know,
the way I look at it is that Man City, because they won a treble last year and they weren't great in the beginning of the season, I will wait until I'm proven wrong. Does that make sense? Like, I will trust them. I'll trust Pep. I'll trust the players to deliver until I'm proven wrong, not the other way around. I'm not going to just sit here and assume they're going to be bad. I'm going to assume they're going to be okay until maybe I see 10, 15 games in. And then we're going to look and assess to see how the team is going to look.
Yeah. Then maybe that is going to be the case. But, you know, they won it. This is what I mean about them. This might be a lot of City for, I don't know about you, Kendall, but I just feel like this is going to be a lot of performances where a team might park the bus. Hopefully Haaland or someone at the back post scores and they'll see out the game because they got a sick defense.
The problem is though, when you look at Man City, even today, they were so narrow in terms of the way they set up. Grealish kept coming inside. Foden was playing inside. I know that they had the guy on the right. What's his name? Why is his name coming in my head?
Sorry.
Who's the Man City wing on the right? Cole Palmer. Yeah. He kept trying to come in and cut in and, you know, put it top bin. So they didn't really have a lot of natural width. And I think when you have really good, resolute teams like a Newcastle, like Brentford, you know, some of these lower league teams, not Newcastle, but, you know, some of the lower league teams, if they've got really good setups, it is a little bit easier to kind of defend against them and just try and counterattack. Now, is the counterattack going to always work? No, because you've got, you know, Kyle Walker out at the back. You've got Diaz and stuff like that. Who's going to get the back?
I think they missed Stones, the guy.
Yeah, and that was my earlier point. My earlier point was I'm not going to take too much. I know I said that I think Arsenal will win the league, but I'm not going to take too much away from it just because, you know, they didn't play with Diaz, they didn't play with Stones. They were playing with the inverted Akanji, who obviously isn't bad, but he's just not as good as Stones in those, you know, those kind of midfield positions. So I do think it's I'm not gonna sort of like kill Man City, but I just feel like Man City do have a few issues in the team that, you know, you can get at them in terms of even Sevilla, the way they counted on them and they had a chance. I think it was in like the 49th or 48th minute. They could have scored just after half time. So, yeah, look, I do think that there are some deficiencies. Now, who's going to take that possible mantle to go towards Man City? I think there's 2 teams on this panel that need to go forward. Listen, we're going to get into it, but I'm sure one of them is my team and there's another team that I feel like needs to be trying to challenge.
Yeah, guys, there's over 1,000 people here, 1,100 here. Hit that like button for me. The like button is how this channel grows more, reaches more people, and we keep bringing you free content. The like button, it looks like this underneath the live chat. Get me to 400 likes as quickly as possible so we can get more people here. Also, let me do these couple of super chats before we move on. Jordan Kilk is saying, we were average today, miss KDB the most in these games. Hopefully get Paqueta and Duku in for some extra creativity. We just spoke about that, but we agree with you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ahmad Rahman is saying City dull without KDB, but as a fan, I trust Pep. Yeah, I see your point, but also Foden will step up. But you had Gundogan when KDB was out some games, so I guess without them, without Mahrez as well and Bernardo, I think they lose a lot of creativity. And Migiwara, AFC, seem big up, seriously, top tier content, and appreciate you more for responding to my DMs. Habibi Saliba is him. You are right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Saliba fan,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
I saw the
Loves loving
comparisons
that.
today. I saw the comparisons
much.
today, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, let's
it was a mad comparison. Like, did you see it? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. All right, let's move on because I need to get to the funny part. I need some shits and giggles right now. I can't lie. I think
Say all the jokes. Can we say all the jokes at once?
I've heard everything today. I think Kendall. What did you say, Kendall? Again, you said something.
They replaced Endo with Endo.
Hendo to Endo. I said, how do you go from Endo? I said, how Klopp said, get me Enzo, and then the board said, okay, we've got you Endo. You know?
Oh my days.
They wanted
Hendo
to, yeah, they
Endo.
wanted to replace Hendo with Enzo, but they ended up with Endo.
No, the worst has to be though. The worst. I know it's not about this player, but the worst has to be Liverpool wanted, what was it? Lavia, Fernandez, and Caicedo, the acronym of LFC for their midfield. I think that is the absolute.
LFC is now trademarked by Chelsea.
That is absolute. That is absolute banter. That is absolute banter.
The fact that Monster's in here is just, it's not great. I don't know what it is. Like.
Do you know what's even funnier though? Because Liverpool fans,
head's gone.
someone said earlier, like, oh, everyone on this panel hates Liverpool, and everyone knows that I hate Liverpool. But it's funny because they were so adamant that they were never going to be this banter club. They were never going to be the ones that were like getting laughed at, or the business was not going to go well. And all I'm going to say is we are here. We are actually in a window where they actually have become the banter club. They'll be fine in the league still. I think they'll be all right. But it's just very funny to me.
I just see that super chat. I'm sorry, let me bring this up. Pause it. Actually crouching tiger hitting Endo.
That is bad.
I've seen some other, what is it as well, man? Because his name's Wataru, isn't it? It's like, what are you doing? This is to get to the end of the window. And I was like, oh my word. His name's What Are You? Basically, Wataru. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is the end of my club. I'm like, wow, you cannot make this shit up.
Oh
Bro.
my god.
There's also, where is it? Liver no pool.
Liverpool.
Guys in the chat, if anybody has a joke, please send
Alright,
them.
we need
Please
more.
send me the jokes so we can read them, guys. Please send me the jokes.
We need more, man. We need more of these jokes.
Just to say, by the way, we are not hijacking this one. You're stuck with him.
You know what? He's
That
actually a
actually
very
is
good
a
player. The
crime,
thing is,
man.
he's a very good player with a very good engine,
agree.
and I think his positioning and reading of the game is second to none. And he's gonna surprise a lot of people. But the fact that he's 30 years old, and I
He's
feel
their
like,
eighth choice.
yeah,
This
the
was-
fact that he's about 5 foot, I think he's about 5'10", as well, if I'm correct. And some people think he's more of an 8 than a 6, and some people might think he's more of a 6 than 8. I think he's just a sitter personally. He doesn't have a lot of pace. The pace of the league might be a little bit too much for him, but he had a good season for Stuttgart. You know, he's been around for a long time as well.
You know, his market value is like 6 million, and they're paying like 19 million.
I saw 15, 15 million. I saw it.
Like everyone, because they're just getting like they're gonna get shagged now because everyone knows that they've got 110 million to spend on Caicedo. So everyone's just gonna be like, well, no, because that you've got the money, so we'll just rinse you.
Do you want
you
the
know
truth?
what?
Do you want the truth?
Come on.
I haven't watched this player, and Michael, big up Michael. Michael talks football, the Liverpool fan.
You
He
watched him in
watches
the
a lot of. He watches. Yes, yeah, but it's the World Cup. He watched a lot of Bundesliga, and he made a video on Twitter, and he said he's an average player. He's a good player, but he doesn't suit Liverpool. He's a mid-table player at most. He had a very underwhelming season last year. They conceded a lot of goals. I think Liverpool is just panicking. Just to be honest, we watched him at the World Cup, but the people that watch the Bundesliga will tell you he's okay. He's just an okay player. He's probably like a Crystal Palace level team. I'm sorry. Coming from Stuttgart that struggled last season to go to, he's 30 years old, bro. Played for Stuttgart. They struggled last season. This is not Liverpool level. This is a panic signing. Tyler Adams would have been better. Am I wrong here? Tyler Adams would have been better?
Newcastle just dropped a bid for Lewis Hall.
Yes.
35 million. He rejected Palace because he wants to go play Champions League football.
Yeah,
And
well,
he's
also
Newcastle.
his dad's a Geordie, and they
Yeah,
both
I
got
just saw
Newcastle.
that.
I was going to say that
How
Endo,
much?
though, apparently he
But
can
you're
play
million.
like right back, he can play DM, centre mid, he can play left back. So
Who's that?
Endo. So apparently they say it's
The Milner
it's almost a
signing.
bit
He's
like
like a
a
Sunday
Milner.
league player. Like, can play all the position. When you ask somebody, what
Nah,
do
I
you
mean
play,
I'm
bro?
not gonna say that, but I'm gonna say that it's like they're replacing their Milner, innit? Their old school Milner.
Yeah, but he's an
Hey.
average player. We're not. Listen, he's an average player.
But if they get a proper DM on top of him, then I'll be like, you
Yes,
know what, fair
okay.
enough. But I don't know if that's good, if they're gonna go do that now. I'll be real. They're gonna look at centre back. I don't think they don't get another DM. I think this is gonna be them done, and they'll go get a bad boy and they'll go buy someone in January.
I do want to say though,
Go on.
Grizz, this guy, man, he needs to stop, man. He's coming out with some madness, bro. The amount of things that he's been saying, yeah, that Liverpool, hi Jude, hey Jude, this, that. Listen, Grizz, listen, man, you can't get away with this no more, man. It needs to stop. The stats, he's trying to do the propaganda now, stats online, because he's got some really good stats in the Bundesliga. Listen, Grizz, I know you will try and watch this or you get clipped up. Stop. It needs to stop now, man. It needs to stop.
He posted earlier about Amrabat because the Amrabat rumours, and then he was like, "Yeah,
It's
well,
crazy.
I dropped this in 2022."
It's
And then
crazy.
he went.
Yeah,
he
I
went
don't know what he's
Endo.
trying
I
to
did
do.
laugh at that.
I don't know what he's trying to
Sorry,
do, but
Grace.
it needs to stop because this guy,
TK stuff, man.
listen, man, this guy's record is bad. It's bad. So
I can't lie, but the fact they went from Amrabat and I was so calm about it, yeah. And I looked at it more than a couple times and I said, don't care what I only care what the Italianos are going to be saying, yeah. But I think there's still relevance. I think Liverpool are ultimately interested, which they are with no bid. That's what we already knew before. And I thought maybe this is his agent putting something out there so they can hurry Man United up to get the deal done because he wants to move. And like anyone would, if you want a new job, you're going to get agitated and you're waiting for it. You're just waiting to see if it's going to get confirmed or not, right? So that's the way I look at it. And then I said, I'm just going to wait on this and we'll see how it goes. And the person I look for the Italian transfers this window is more Alfredo Pedula, right? Because I think he's been on fire. Yeah, you know. So I look towards him and obviously Fabrizio as well. But I look at that and then 30 minutes later, I can't lie, man. Some Liverpool fans refrained from it. There's actually a few that refrained from it and said, I'm not getting too excited. And, you know, you get the Grizz bandwagon, you get the other bandwagon going, and then all you see is Endo, to the point that Fabrizio even said, surprisingly, they got him for this guy. But, boy, man, I just don't understand what it is about Liverpool that I thought they were like 20 more million. You go and get yourself a Kone, you know? Or you go get yourself a Thuram. Is that not what their job is? To do like a DM and more of an all-rounder, even though they might be viewed more
Didn't
as
someone literally say
why
that
didn't
Thuram
they
was
get-
basically done as well before? Like,
Why didn't
were
they get Tyler Adams?
Oh, no, I'd rather get
They
Endo.
they've got apparently 2 homegrown spots to fill, so they're going to have to sort that out very soon as well.
I saw that,
Do you know why they didn't go get Tyler Adams? Because Endo is unknown. And they were scared to get Tyler Adams so people won't banter them. So they were like, oh, he's unknown. If
They're
it doesn't
getting
work, it
bantered
doesn't work.
regardless of what happens, though.
Yeah, but if they got Tyler Adams, because Chelsea were linked to Tyler Adams, they will think about it as a slap, right? Like, we'll go get in Tyler Adams because Chelsea got both of our people that we wanted. I think they went for that Endo guy. He's 30 years old, guys. 30 years old. Fabinho is 29.
Tyler Adams already sorted out with Bournemouth, though.
So they replaced a 30-year-old with another 30-year-old.
Yeah, they replaced 30 years old as a 30 years old. I'm sorry. This is gonna be the worst piece of business I've seen in my life, to be honest.
Schmadtke's I swear he's got a short contract as well.
3
know,
months.
this-
It's just
He
3
had
months.
he had
Absolutely
beef with
ridiculous.
Stuttgart before as well, Schmadtke, when he was at wherever he was at before. He had beef with Stuttgart because he said he accused them of, one of the players was going to go there and he accused them of like leaking information to the media and stuff. Before.
Oh man, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm stressed, man. You better start, learning some new
You know
language.
it's stressing.
And
Roms is
obviously
saying that he
time.
would take Calvin Phillips at this point. You know it's bad news.
I said this, but I didn't know that they need to hit a homegrown quota.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
two spots.
But what
Who
they'll
did
do
he-
is they'll probably send Besetic on loan because he's in the squad, and then they'll have to use the spots on the youth players or get another English player in it because they need.
I swear they don't count. I swear they don't count. You have to be in there for like 3. I swear
That's what I'm saying. They'll send him on loan because if not, they'll have to they'll register him in it. So
They fucked
Wow,
up big
man.
time on this Lavia thing, to be honest.
because
Lavia is a homegrown because he's a
Yeah,
Man
yeah.
City academy
Yeah, yeah.
player.
Well, he's been in it for 3 years now. Remember, City only had him for 2 years when they bought him. Then he had Southampton for 1 year. So technically, he's a homegrown player now. That's what it's counted as through the academy in 1 year of football. So, you know, they did mess up on this Lavia part. So I don't even know where we're going to even see. I don't know what they're going to do, bro. Like, bro, I'm not joking.
If they want to take, you know, they can have
Prowse.
Jamal Lascelles or someone. They can have them.
Trevor Chalobah. He can play.
He was going to go there for like 50 mil like 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Do you still have the Longstaff brother, the other guy?
No, we
George?
released him.
Okay.
We released him, but
Matty.
he did his ACL, so we're still rehabilitating him till December. But he's not got a contract with us now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, under 21 doesn't even count for homegrown. That's right.
No.
So even though he's had 3 years in England, you have to have that before 21, innit?
Who?
He has, to be fair. Lavia would have 3 years in England before 21. So
Wait,
he would.
who's not
Because
homegrown?
under 21 players don't take a squad space, do they? So
Yeah, they don't take a
No,
squad space.
who's not homegrown? Who isn't homegrown?
I don't know. I was just talking about someone just mentioned it as well, like the way it works. If you're a youth player, it doesn't count anyways.
Okay.
So they're gonna have to go find someone. Who else is available then? See, they should have got Mason Mount when they could. I'm just saying, man, it was perfect for Klopp, but you know, this is mad. They're probably gonna go buy a goalkeeper to fill that up or something.
No, they've got the Spanish guy. They've got
Or at least Adrian, isn't it?
Yeah, Adrian. They've got what's the Irish guy's name? Kelleher.
Kelleher.
And then they've got Adrian, innit?
Yeah, but they'll probably release Adrian or try to get rid of him to try.
No, they just gave him a new contract. They literally just gave him a new contract.
So no wonder why Joe Gomez got a new contract then. Because that was baffling to think, like, why are you going to give this guy a new contract? It's because he's English.
Yeah.
No, the Henderson isn't so great anymore, is it? I just don't know who they're going to go. Can people actually think of, Lewis, can you think of any realistic signings they can get to hit that? Because I'm actually struggling.
Homegrown quota.
Yeah, man.
They'll have to go and ask Chelsea to have some academies.
Conor Gallagher, they wanted him a couple months ago. Put 50 million on the table. We know you have the money. We're not stupid.
Why can't they just go and get McTominay or someone?
I wish.
Your dream might be coming true if they're that desperate.
No, that's not going to happen. We might sell him to West Ham and, Paquetá goes to flipping Man City for 85 million. That means I might be getting Gravenberch as well. So this whole links with Gravenberch and that just don't make no sense. If you're going to have to hit
that's why they probably wanted Jude as well.
Is that why they want Shrewsbury Hall? Remember they were linked with him. That would make sense.
Yeah. No, but that's why they wanted some Chelsea centre back, innit?
Levi Colwill. Yeah, maybe. Got a few super chats as well. Josh T says Liverpool fans can't wait for this window to Endo. Plaque Banter says Liverpool can never be a baby mama. Everyone always pulls out. That's mad. Alex says Endo.
That's not good advice, by the way.
Endo wild the Champions League with Arsenal. LOL. Mugiwara says again, what's worse, this or Kim Kallstrom? Oh my word. You remember that one?
They've actually had some really
the Swedish guy, Kim Kallstrom, the
transfers,
Swedish
haven't
guy.
they? Liverpool, when you think about it, at times,
Rose.
like Ricky Lambert and that.
And then Sub says, let's bump up the likes. Maybe Moore will tell us which EPL team he supports. Who?
More.
Oh, maybe Mo. He called you Moore. Clearly not Chelsea.
It's that more is like how I would say it in my accent.
Yeah.
So honestly, now they got a DM. Since we've been crying for them to get even just one DM or some sort, does this change their position in the league for anyone? Because I don't. It's not for me.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
So what was their position before the DM now?
I thought.
What I will say is, I'll be honest with you. Kaz has been saying for a while. I got to give him credit. He's not been rating Liverpool's centre backs, the defense. I wasn't as low on their defense as Kaz, but after seeing them on Sunday, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I think even Konate, he's very, very good in terms of being very physical, but I'm not sure positionally if he's always 100% concentrating. Van Dijk, I think that was an overrated performance. I don't think he was amazing. I think Trent, I don't know how else I can describe this guy. He cannot defend. It's just clear as day. And look, I know Andrew Robertson's been a fantastic left back. He's been absolutely great. He's been, I think everyone would probably agree, he's probably been one of the best left backs in the last 3-4 years. but he's not that guy no more. And I think when you look at what they're doing, what they're offering, I think it's very difficult to back Liverpool in terms of defensively. And as I said, Kaz has been saying it for a while, so I've got to give him the credit, because sometimes people don't like to give people flowers. I don't think that I was there in terms of how low I thought they were in terms, the quality, but I'm leaning more towards Kaz for sure, man. I really do think that they're a very, very poor team defensively, and they could have conceded quite a few goals on Sunday. It was just a bit more quality.
Yeah,
At the
man.
current moment, in my opinion,
Go on.
current moment with their squad, after the first game and looking at this Endo guy, I think Liverpool might finish 6th.
No, come on, that's craziness, man.
Why
Okay,
is it
so let
crazy?
me
Why
deep
is
it.
it
Let me
crazy?
Lee. I know that it sounds crazy, right? But you deep it. Are they better than Newcastle?
Come on.
Be honest.
No.
Okay,
Look,
are they better than Arsenal?
no, they're not better than Arsenal.
Are they better than Man City?
No.
Do you think now they got their DM? Man United are going to get Amrabat now. Do you think they're better than Man United?
I still think they're better than Man
So
United.
you think that Liverpool with Endo are better than Man United with Amrabat?
No, I thought that Liverpool was still a bit better than Man United without Endo.
Okay, so but you don't think that Amrabat changes the equation for Man United a little bit? No.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think Endo's going to play. I think he's going to be like the guy they just bought from Juventus
Okay.
on loan.
So the question is, if Man United get Amrabat, you don't rate Amrabat to the point that he changes the way they play.
No.
Man
I think Amrabat's a good player, but I just think I listen. Kaz will back me.
It's all right, like it's
I just
opinions.
don't like the manager. I just don't think the manager's good enough.
So you think Liverpool? You think Liverpool are better?
Yeah, I
than,
think Liverpool.
Okay.
A bit better.
And you
I
think they are better than Chelsea?
Yeah, I think they're better.
Okay, so you think they're finishing 4th or 3rd, between them and Newcastle?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I can't. I you know what it is? Maybe it's because I'm still blinded by the past. I know they finished 5th last season, but I can't see them finishing 6th, man. 6 is bad. Like, I don't think we're understanding what that means. That means they've bought more. They've bought Szoboszlai, they've bought McAllister, and they've finished 1 place lower. I can't see that. I'm sorry. I can't see them finishing 6th. And now I know what you're going to say, Mo. You're going to say that the other teams have got stronger, and that's a fair point. Chelsea have spent, a warship.
Liverpool got stronger as well. McAllister and Szoboszlai, yes.
Newcastle have definitely got better, and I think people are not giving the respect to the manager. I think he's, doing better and he's learning. I think Arsenal have got better, but I just can't, in my mind, put Liverpool a place lower with the manager who's meant to be this world-class, all-altering guy. They've got the best keeper in the league. They've got Mo Salah, who, whatever you say, he scores goals. They've got Diaz. They've got Nunes. I just can't see it. I really can't. But you know what, Mo? I'm not going to say you're totally wrong, but I think it's a stretch, man. I think it's a stretch.
Okay. Guys in the chat, let me know if Liverpool is going to sign a DM or not. If not, where do you think Liverpool will finish? Just one number, please. Everybody, we got 1,500 people here. Just let me know where you think Liverpool will finish. Just one number without a DM. It's as simple as that, right? Listen, my thing about that is that if you go sign Endo and you're now focused on a center back, that center back that's going to come in isn't going to start. I know you're looking at Saeed in the comments.
No, listen, no. I'm trying to put the pressure on Liverpool as well. Listen, I don't rate Klopp, but I'm saying, if they've got this all conquering manager that people go on about, then he needs to deliver, right? Like, that's what people go on about. I don't rate him, but if that's what people say, and this is what they say, right, about him. He likes to work with players that aren't the best. He doesn't want to get the best, spend the most money. That's what they said, right? So I don't know, man. I just think that there's no more excuses. Like, you can't keep saying that he doesn't want to spend money. He doesn't have money. They put 115, 110 pounds, 110 million pounds down. They say that Klopp likes to work with players that aren't the most experienced, etc., etc. So, listen, man, do your work. Stop moaning. Do your work.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest, about Liverpool. I watched them the first game. They were wide open. Chelsea were weak. Without Lavia and without Caicedo, they were weaker. And I think Chelsea are just going to get stronger, to be honest. They're just going to get stronger. And I see the footprint.
I found the Endo song. Only real ones will remember this.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up for a minute. Shut up for a minute. Yo, and it's Endo. If they owe me money, then I'm coming for your window.
What was the black? That was the black guy.
Oh man.
What's his name again? I can't remember his name.
Winston Malone.
Yeah.
Let me do this super chat while Cass is talking. Max
I remember that.
Max Morgan saying Pool gonna have to run their options past Todd, see if he allows it. Well, that's what Lewis is saying. That's what Lewis is saying.
You can keep that Endo Tony, though. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Megawara again on another super chat saying, I don't think we deepen how bad it is. If Endo injured, they only got Bajesic. If Konati injured, Matip, then what? Back to square one. This screams Melo 2.0. It's not only about that. Like, I don't think actually Endo starts. Not at all. They're gonna play the same lineup that played last game. It's what's gonna happen.
That midfield is gonna get cooked for fun in transition. They're not making top four.
Black Mamba is saying, I need Hall to get loan and given a chance. No,
he wants to leave permanently. Let him go.
I can't lie. When you think about it, the 35 million and you start recuperating more and more, you got to start selling. You can't hold on to the Matsons. I don't know. You still got Kukure will probably go next year anyway. And you still got Chilwell and all that kind of stuff. He'll end up where he is, isn't it? And when I think Matson's actually the better player than Lewis Hall, be real.
That's why I don't get why the fan base is crying about it. Like, we need to clear Cobham graduates out because they make straight profit in terms of the FFP books. Has to be Lewis Hall. He's a good player. I think under Eddie Howe, he's going to be brilliant. But you got to get rid of some players. Clear out, don't care about sentiment. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Slim Ake saying, with no additional signings, do they have the squad to withstand adversity? Gunnar Lee.
Who's that? Sorry, Liverpool.
Yeah.
With no additional signings, do they have the squad?
That Thursday Sunday schedule is not going to be nice.
You really needed the glasses.
No, I'm just trying to.
You really needed the glasses if that's how you read with them. I can imagine without.
Yo, no, it's late, man. It's late. I'll be honest. Now, I think they. I mean, you can do that for any team, though. If look, we're missing Timber, if we miss a few players, but yeah, maybe so. Yeah, maybe Lewis is right. Maybe the Thursday Sunday thing might be, but I don't think they're going to play all their first team or anyway. Like first team. So.
I do.
And Salah gets goals, man. Listen, now people know I don't rate Salah, but Salah gets goals. So.
They'll be wanting to win the Europa League, surely.
You don't rate Salah?
I mean, does Joel Matip still play for Cameroon, by the way? Like, is he still playing?
No.
He come out. So the only one that's going to be going to AFCON for them is
Salah. But remember, AFCON is he only misses 2 games.
No, it's 3. It's 3 games. It's 3
games. No. 2 games because there is a break in the middle. The English break.
Does it go for them? Does it go for their?
The Premier League, you know, the break that is after January for the cup.
Yeah.
So in the Premier League, you only miss 2 games. You miss the cup games. So the 3 games are the cup games and 2 Premier League games. And Mo Salah 2 years ago with Mane reached the final. So that's the maximum you can miss. Just the 2 games.
Yeah. You're right. What I was going to say as well, like, I was also thinking about the Thursday, Sunday stuff. They need to just get their act together, man, because the Thursday, Sunday is a thing league, man. Wednesday and Sunday is different, or Wednesday, Tuesday, Saturday. You know what I mean? Thursday, Sunday, completely. I think they're going to want to go win it. And if they want to play their second squad in that and Klopp doesn't give a crap, I think he's going to want to win this competition. Otherwise, it's a bit like, are you ripping me off?
It might be the easiest route to the Champions League.
It could be. You know,
but I don't think they're making top 4.
And I can't lie. I don't think that right now they're not making top 4. They're not making top 4.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Right now, as it stands, if I don't care if they only get centre back only. This again, it's just we always love to do a bit of ifs. Newcastle get Lewis Hall, which is looking likely, and they go get a centre back for me. The way they play in their pressing way, I saw Chelsea play press against them, and it worked against their midfield. Right, you can press them out the game, man.
We've got them at home as well, which works in our
favour. First time, I think I've seen Liverpool just get out pressed. You know, that's the one for me. And if they don't get a DM that is capable, Endo doesn't work out, you're back to kind of like square one with a bit of defensive stability there. That's all I'm trying to get towards. Like that, if this needs to be fluid. Like there's a lot riding on Liverpool right now. Like and Klopp's tactics. This is what a lot of people don't seem to understand. I'm not talking about as a Man United fan. I'm not happy with what I saw exactly on Monday, and I'm not saying I'm not going to finish 6th or 5th because I think it could be the case. Because right now, as it currently stands, I hate to say it, yeah, if my team continues to play like that, which I doubt, and Newcastle keep going from strength to strength and going to get a couple more signings, my position is also in trouble.
I
You know?
actually think exactly
I
the
love-
same. I think
Same.
as it stands, you and Liverpool might have to
Yep.
battle for the fifth.
It might
Fifth
be
and
As it stands.
that might be so in it. But again, we're not going to do revisionism, right? Because we said Man City are not going to play like that in the league, like and all that kind of stuff. So you've got to hold that for Man United.
So
because
who?
because
But
you mean?
you played in the league.
every
But you
season,
played
yeah.
in the league.
like we say, yeah, every season we say Man City start crap and we'll say they're not the same anymore because
Mhm.
that's on that hope. But look at Man United's first 2 games of last season, and then look what happened. All of a sudden, that's what I'm trying to say. And then last year,
That's
what
fair.
do you know about Klopp? He's stubborn with his tactics. So that's it.
Because where
So
have you
when
got
can we
Liverpool?
judge
Where have
The
you
then?
got
one
Liverpool?
thing I will say about that, though, wait. The one thing I'll say, that was Ten Hag's first season without as many of his signings that he's asked for. This is second season with a team that he understands.
I'm not being funny.
Against
I'm
the Wolves team that's predicted to go
I'm
down
not being
to.
funny, but when you ain't got no striker or no actual vocal point, it's difficult as it is. So I
When's
don't care.
Highland due to be able to play?
I think he's back. He's in training and everything. That's as far as I know. But I think he said the next get Forest or Arsenal. He's due back to play a whole game against Arsenal, but I think Forest, I believe, next week. But look, we ain't got there's no striker there, and it's gonna go. This probably alludes to the Man United point. Focal point, not vocal point. Focal point. My bad. Because it's a focus. Man United though, with more attacking power. I'm only gonna talk about the footballing side of it all. So keep it strict to footballing sides of it all. Mason Greenwood, as we saw today, is due to return. Whether we like it or not, or how you feel about it, everyone knows how I feel about it. He's a great player. And that adds to the attack. And he's clinical. And that's all I'm going to say. It might be a horrible season for him, though, because every fan base is going to be on.
So he's not going on loan then?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay.
It's bad vibes. But it's like, you know what the maddest thing is for me, even if he does return, is how does he get there, for one? Like, how does he mentally get past everyone booing him, even his own Man United fans? You know, do you think he's
It's going to be the worst crack ever, that, isn't it? It's like going to be actually horrific.
Are United going to boo him?
Huh? Bro,
Would United
They will, I
fans
think.
half the stadium will boo him, and half the whole Stretford then will boo him, and they're the loudest. So I don't care about East North Stand and everything else. They won't. They're quiet anyways. They'll just mutter. The Stretford then will boo him every time he's on the ball, I think.
Why are Man United people are idiots? Why don't they send them on loan somewhere else?
Because
That's what I thought the plan was. I thought it was going to
how is that even not crossing someone's mind? Like, how can the people that make decisions be that stupid?
But the thing is, there's 2 ways about this, yeah?
Okay.
When he starts scoring goals, because he's a goal scorer, right, and he's got immense talent, people are going to forget. And see those boos? They get quieter and quieter and quieter.
If he's still got that in him right now, because he's not going to have any sharpness or any game
He's
management.
21 years old, guys. He's 21 years old. You boo him. His own fans will boo half the stadium, as I believe Cass, when he says half the stadium will boo the guy, 21 years old, coming from an 18 months not playing football, goes his first game at Old Trafford, gets booed. You might destroy the guy's, like, you might destroy him completely. I think it's a stupid move. I know what Cass is talking about, but that will need time. It's
and then you
Like,
think about
even like on a completely different scale, just what you're saying, like Jordan Pickford comes to St. James's Park and gets absolutely bullied for 90 minutes and he never has a good game there. He's never once had a good game there. And this is going to be on like a completely different scale. Like he's just probably, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm glad if he gets booed, but at the same time, like I see what you're saying. Like he might never even get back to like match sharpness, like because he might not have the opportunity.
I think he'll be using home. If Man United are smart and they want to do this the way they want to do stuff, they only play him in home games and don't play him away. I would not play him away. He will get. I think things will get thrown at him as well. He'll get booed, and I can't lie. I think players are going to go right through him as well. And he's going to have to enjoy that.
That'll happen regardless, though. Like if you're saying home games, if you're expecting United fans to boo him, it's going to probably be even worse.
I do
Players
think
are going to talk
your
to
home
him.
fans.
no
Players
matter
are going to get
what,
in his head. I know that for a
no
fact.
matter what happens, it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get past this situation. Now, should he be playing? Probably not. Like, I mean, well, he shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be playing for sure. But listen, man, you know, the society we live in, unfortunately, is obviously innocent until proven guilty in it. So it doesn't mean that he's not done it, but because we saw what we saw, but it's just disappointing probably all round, isn't it? And you know what? I will say that I do feel a little bit sorry for Man United, only because, you know, first they didn't ask for this. And it's football, isn't it? So sometimes you want to, you know, compartmentalize the two, and obviously you can't in this situation. It's like music. When someone does something bad, you can't not listen. You don't want to not listen to the music no more. But if an artist has done something bad, you got to just shut them out. Like, you can't play them no more. So it's a difficult one. I will say it is a difficult one. You know, Arsenal are going through it right now with Partey. Obviously not to the same degree. It's not to the same degree, but you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that we're squeaky clean. So yeah, like it is a difficult one. So
yeah, but that's differently because I was told, I was just listening to the Guardian's podcast, and they said they asked the staff at Man United, the women's staff at the Man United ground and in the club, they actually spoke to the Man United players that play for the national team, the English national team that's in the World Cup now, to take to give the okay to play or not. But they would not release the statements for these women. I think there is someone in the club that is a woman that is in the hierarchy. They asked her as well. That's the Guardian is saying. Do you reckon these people said yes? Yeah, bring him back.
Of course they did, because the Glazers told them to, because their employers, if not, they're going to get sacked. That's the difference. That's the way it works.
Oh,
That's the way it works. You want to go against it, you get sacked. That's how
Wow.
it works in the world, right? That's how it works. And that's the thing. That's the end of it. Don't matter who goes on People need to realize when you go protest, they don't give a damn.
wasn't there a protest the other day against him and another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was, and it doesn't matter. Look, the message is clear, and I think the message is clean. Yeah, and I stand by it. Yeah, but they don't care. They really don't care. Protesting, I just don't think it works no more. I'll be real. There's so much money involved. This guy's a 21-year-old asset. Score a few goals, people forget all the time.
The fact is, if they cared, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now, because they would have done the right thing a long time ago. But they didn't. And they waited it out and did their own investigations and whatever, and has decided that because it's left them in like a kind of like a situation where they actually need him now because of the players that aren't performing or the players that they've lost. So it gives them an excuse to say, we need him for like firepower, we need him for squad depth, and like it's just really, it's like it's absolutely grim, like genuinely grim how they've allowed it to come to this conversation. So
the problem is, though, in the eyes of the club, they are doing the right thing because he actually hasn't been proven to be guilty.
Yeah,
so
they can get done. They can get done.
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah. So because you've got like HR, you've got all of these different things. You know, you've got lawsuits, you've got claims, all of these things. So logically, by the actual written law, they are doing the right thing because, as I said, he's still with his partner. There's been no case against him. He's not got any charges against him. He's been cleared of all things. So ultimately, the club look at it and say, well, hold on, who are we? Who are you? Who are they to, you know, deem this person to be unfit to play football or do his job, do the thing that he wants to do? And he's a young person. Why can't he come back from this, etc., etc.? So from the club's point of view, you know, you look at it and you say, well, he's made a mistake, and he made the mistake at what was he 20 years old at the time, 19 years old at the time? So
19,
he's a kid. He was a kid. And again, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying what the club were probably looking at it and saying. So I do get your point, Kendall, 100%. But you know, society is difficult to do that, isn't it? So
yeah.
Right, there's almost 1,600 people here. Hit that like button. Give me at least to 700 likes. The like button is very important to us. This is how we keep bringing you free content. Just looks like this. Thumbs up underneath your live chat. It's simple. We don't have to do the tutorial every time, so just simple. Do that. Slimaki saying Europa clubs strengthening and injuries. So yeah, we just talked about that. Europa League injuries. There is just, I don't think it's going to work for Liverpool. RTX 3060 is saying the biggest match of this weekend, City versus Newcastle. Your thoughts on this game? We'll touch on that. We'll touch on it, but we'll see how it is. I don't know. Kendall can tell us your thoughts.
Friday night probably.
I really like. It's mine,
yeah,
but I've just noticed.
Who's listening to that?
Lee?
It's not me.
Like,
oh snap! I thought I muted you.
I was like, what? I thought I was playing on my iPad.
That is
Um, yeah, as I said, like I'm more. This is if we're going to play City, then this is the best time to do it. Not that I think that we're going to go there and win because the Etihad curse is real, but if we now's the best chance that we have if we are going to. So yeah, I'm excited for the game.
Memphis Depay saying they are greedy. They won't lose 21 years old asset. I think that is it. And Joyce is saying, I'm with Mo. His mental stability will be shattered. If Messi couldn't stand PSG booing, how will Mason handle it? Man United need to think this one out. Mental health, guys, is very important. I agree with you. Even if they want him to come back, I don't think
he wants to come back. The thing is, that's what he wants.
he wants to play for Man United, huh?
Yeah, he wants to play for Man United.
Talk about this a little bit. What does he add to Man United if he goes back? I'm assuming he goes back to it. Dan Watson is saying, hold up, an Arsenal fan with a brain, big.
I know they're rare, but big up, Lee.
But Lee is here. Lee is the PhD guy. Like, can't you see, bro?
I'll be honest. I know quite a few Arsenal fans that got some good opinions. You know, shout out to James from AFTV, Turkish AFTV.
But yeah, I just think because he's getting married, because he's having a kid and everything, and she wasn't actually the accuser, things will get blown over, and he'll come out with some sort of DVD or some sort of whatever they do these days on streaming services on Prime with a documentary and his side of the story.
Wasn't there an idea for them to have an interview?
Yeah. They still need to do it because I think the fan base, it's going to happen. He's going to have that interview whether he likes it or not. You can't hide away from the media, bro. They will kill you if you don't do something for them. And the way I look at it, he's going to add goals to Man United. On a footballing perspective, he's going to add missing goals. He's going to be a striker on the right wing. And you know what? If he performs on that right, and let's say there is a Højlund, let's say there's a Greenwood, Rashford kind of situation going on, it might be the end for Anthony, you know? I'll be real.
I was going to say that.
Can I just say though, right? Can we just be real? In 5 years' time, ain't nobody going to care. When he's 26, 27, not even that. I'll be honest with you.
Give it a year.
In 2 years' time, ain't nobody going to care. Ain't nobody going to mention him. He's going to probably get a chance to play for England if he's ripping it up and scoring 15 goals. And I'm being real. Like, that's just how it's going to work. It always works. It always happens. Sorry. You know, we've seen people do worse and still come back and play sports. In football, in NFL, in NBA, like, stuff happens, man. So ain't nobody going to care. People, yes, will still, you know, have the little things there and there, but no one ain't gonna be bothered, man. Ain't nobody gonna be bothered. So
fans are fickle. Fans are fickle, and that's the way it goes, man. And guess what? Let's see.
And the joke of it is,
if England's not firing for the World Cup and they got a striker that's capable of doing that, and Greenwood's banging in goals, guess what? The whole of England are gonna be calling for this guy. Watch.
And I'll be real. Let's be fact. Let's keep it real. People don't care now. Like some people, of course, some people do. Listen, shout out to James. He does streaming with Saeed. He said he's not doing no more streaming. He's so upset with the club's decision. I felt like it's mad, but like I just feel like people ain't gonna care in 2-3 years' time. If Man United are in the Champions League, if they're playing in England, if he's playing for England and he scores an important goal, or you know, it's almost like bygones be bygones. No one gonna care because people still don't care now. So it will go.
It will get used in Europe. In Champions League, it's time to escape all of that because he won't get nothing from their fans. You know, and that's just the way it's going to be, man. I don't know. It's a difficult situation to talk on, but I'm just trying to think of it from a footballer's perspective, not from a human rights perspective or law perspective. All I'm going to say, he's going to definitely come back sharp. He's still got talent. He's still 21, and he's going to be dangerous. Whether you like it or not, this guy is going to score against your teams more than likely at one point in his career, and that's just it. But yeah, man, I want to talk on the last part. Chelsea and Lewis Hall, man. Let's talk about Lewis Hall and what he does, because I can't lie, I've been onto Dan Burn for a minute. Now they go get a Lewis Hall, can also play centre mid as well, which is another coverage of something in the middle, just in case. Bro, this guy for me, Lewis Hall, he's got potential to be at the very, very top, and I love it. I love it. That's the fact. And you know what? Under Eddie Howe, he's going to learn a lot. In my opinion, I think he's going to be one of their best players, like Tonali, you know, like Isaac. He's going to be a part of that core, you know. People think he can't. You think he can't play centre mid? Guess again when you play in a system like, you know, like Eddie Howe's. It doesn't matter. You don't even need to play a big brand of football. You don't have to be a massive, great footballer in the middle of the park for Newcastle, because guess what? They'll outrun you, get the ball back, and he'll get it forward. And this guy, you know, if there's anything that I know from Callum Wilson, is in the box, he's dangerous. That's one person, if you whip a dangerous ball, who's going to be on the end of it? It's always Callum Wilson. And this is me praising Newcastle. This is getting into dangerous territory, because this
Lewis
is
Hall's a dirty cross on him too.
They're going to go loan a centre back with an obligation to buy, and it's going to be one that we like. Watch. And guess what? I guarantee it comes from Italy. Something's coming from Italy.
No, I think they're looking at like Tadibo and
Oh yeah, no, look at Tadibo, but then I saw
who's the other one? Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva's another one.
If you go get Antonio Silva, I'm gonna smash my computer. Don't you dare! I saw
you guys linked to Chalobah as well. I'm not too sure.
I don't think so.
And that youngster from Atalanta, who's the centre back? What's he called again?
Toloi.
No, not Toloi. There's Scalvini. I thought he was interested in Scalvini.
So there's been a few links, but that's the problem. When we're linked, it never really happens. It's normally like this Lewis Hall situation where it's just like the last 2 days, rumours started going mad this morning, and then we've put a bid in. So it's like that sort of situation. So I think if we get a centre back, I think it will be on loan, with maybe an option to buy, depending on who it is. So yeah, but if we get Lewis Hall, that's a 10 out of 10 window for me personally, because we've covered everything that we need to. If we get a right centre back as well, what the hell? Like I can't even get over it, because we've never done that before. We've never covered every position that we need to, like in one window before ever.
It's good. It's great.
Listen, why I'm the only one here that Lewis Hall is a good player. Every time I watch him at Chelsea, he's a very, very good player. But again, I'm going to keep the same energy that I keep for Chelsea. You're going to pay 35-40 million for someone who had only 600 minutes in the Premier League during his career. He's 18 years old. Is that where it's going now?
The fact that we're willing to pay that though for an 18-year-old, I think is
so. That's like, you're taking that as a sentiment to his talent. Not that you're overpaying. Now you're overpaying for an 18 years old. He couldn't even shift Korea, so they ought to sell him, and instead of selling Korea. Is that what
he was starting for us at left back for the last few games of the season, to be fair.
Okay.
And I say he was our best left back over
Lewis.
Chilwell.
He played 9 games, 600 minutes. That's why he played in the league. All his 18 years old. I get what you're saying. He's talented. Every time I'm watching him, he is whipping crosses, playing very well. 18 years old for 35-40 million pounds, that doesn't have a lot of experience yet in the Premier League, while this is Newcastle that wants to play Champions League, that want to move forward. This guy comes in, he should be an understudy for 2 fullbacks, not Dan Burn.
You got Livramento.
Well, we paid like 45 million as well.
The reason why I'm saying that, guys, because I keep the same energy for all the when I call out Chelsea for signing young players left and right, hoping that they work. This is a lot of money for an 18 years old who doesn't have
what I will say though, listen, only because my club went through it last season. If he's good enough, it doesn't matter about the age, because we had Saka at 17, 18 pulling up trees. We've had Saliba last season at 21, Martinelli at 2021. So all I'm going to say is, listen, the little bit I saw of him last season, I think he played against Man City away and at home. He looked absolutely excellent. I've seen him in some positions where, listen, he does need to improve with some of his decision making, but he looks like he's strong, he's powerful, he's got a good left foot on him, he can whip the ball in. For me, I like him, and obviously you got to add that English tax. He's homegrown. Yeah. I don't know if he fits into the homegrown quota already. I'm sure he does. He's English, isn't he? Is he not English?
Scottish.
He won't take a squad place either, because obviously.
Yeah. So I think it's. Listen, I said it when they signed Livramento. I think that guy, generational, man.
You got to think about it as well, Lee. Like, they just bought Livramento, and you look at Trippier's age, it balances out. Then you look at Dan Burn's age, and he's also a Geordie as well. Remember this, his dad's a Geordie. Bro, his brother's buzzing. Your dad buzzing. You're in a city that your dad loves, and that's going to give you an incentive in itself, and the whole Geordie feel and a team feel, the family feel. As that's what we love to say. The new culture days is that if you can bring a family feel around a club like Arteta as well, you can see with David Raya in his granddad and everything like that. There's a culture in the club. There's a culture in what's it called, in Geordieville. So the way I look at it, you balance out Livramento's age and you balance out Lewis Hall's age to what Trippier offers. And probably more time, Trippier will probably play in the Champions League with with
Yeah,
maybe Lewis Hall, and then they'll mix it up with Dan Burn and Livramento more in the league, right? And then more or less in 2 years' time, when Trippier eventually leaves and Dan Burn can't do it no more, these lot are going to be primed if they stay injury free. Of course, Lewis Hall is going to be one of the best in the league. Look at Reece James when he first came. I like the way. Look, I'm not saying Lewis Hall is going to be like Reece James, because Reece James is just built like a next person I've never seen in my life and come through the ranks quick. I think Lewis Hall's got that potential. And we always say these days, we buy potential, right? That's all it is.
Yep.
And also it's a seller's market, right? Not a buyer's market. So maybe if it was in a seller's market, Lewis Hall might be worth about 20 to 25 million and not that 35. And we don't even know the installments on this. This could be a long installment plan, you know? And this is what Chelsea do best. Cobham produces a lot of great quality, and they just do what they do best. And that's the way I look at it.
If you think as well, like our spine of our team, so not the spine, obviously, because we won't play initially, but if you think of our team, like the signings that we've made, so Livramento 20, Lewis Hall 18, Sven Botman's 23, Isak's 22, Tonali's 23, Anthony Gordon's 21, 22, Harvey Barnes is 25. That's a little bit older than what we have been going for, but like that, like still Joe Willock's still relatively young, Joe Linton's still only 25, Bruno's 25. Like we've literally got a squad now, bar like obviously Shah, who will probably replace this, I would say, this season. Like our whole squad now is like young, like really young. So like that's the kind of profile we're going for now. So we've got a team now that we can that can stay together for a number of years going forward, which again we've never ever had that sort of team before. We've always had like, I don't know, everyone else's cast-offs like before. So it's good business for buy us again. And I understand what you're saying more in terms of like 35 million for an 18-year-old does seem a lot. Like I do get that. But as we've all said, English tax, potential, Cobham graduate who are notoriously some of the best youngsters in the country. And yeah, we need if it's a deal to be done. They've said that if it's a deal to be done,
from the link to Theo Hernandez to Lewis Hall, with all due respect, I think that's a big downgrade.
No,
yeah, well, it was never an actual link, though. That was just like
Lewis Hall's a good talent. He's a good talent.
No, I don't disagree with you, Lewis.
We would have paid at least 70 million.
Wait. 3 games at the Etihad, back to back. He was probably the best player on the pitch in all 3 of those games. Best left back, and he's not even a left back. Very technically sound already at his age. It's a good move for them. 3 years under Eddie Howe, he's going to be a baller. Like, it's just because he's 18 and everything. It's a good transfer.
Someone just called Kukurea Lord Farquaad.
Why am I fine with losing him then? Because like we already have 2 other left backs, and we're going to use that.
Why are they so Tonali and then Theo Hernandez would not have been 70, it would have been even more. When you saw your prize,
yeah, way more.
Really?
It would cost 80 million. Of course, because you're losing 2 players in the same window.
Even from Chelsea's point of view, listen, that's what an academy's there for. An academy's there to function your first team. So if they're making 35 million pounds of a player who was on low wages and was free, I don't know why. I don't know what the issue is.
Plus, if there's a deal there to be done, especially when Chelsea need to recoup that money as well, like for the longer term, they're going to say yeah. Like especially when there's a buying club, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Like, I'd want to keep Lewis Hall. I'd want to keep Lewis Hall, but like if you're telling me Caicedo, Lavia come in, and then that if they don't come in, that means we have to keep Lewis Hall. No, I'd rather sell Lewis Hall and the other 2 come in. We're better off as a result of that.
Yeah. I'm a Man City fan.
I once is on the phone, by the way, guys. He was sleeping, you know, because he knew it was the Endo, you know.
Who the hell is Endo?
It's the end of the stream.
It's the end of the stream. Have you not heard? You went from Amrabat all of a sudden in 30 minutes. They're buying Endo, bro, the Japanese 30-year-old from Stuttgart. Did you not know this?
Brother, I fell asleep. Like started asleep when I just woke up. What do you mean? Who is Endo? Who the fuck is that? Who is that?
The end of the spectrum.
And
who's that?
I mean,
I'm being serious. Who is that?
I just don't know.
You're buying it for 15 million, bro. That's what I'm saying. Here we go. It's happened an hour ago.
But we actually signed someone.
Yeah, you signed Endo. It's a DM.
Yeah, we haven't hijacked you this time, bro. You're good. You're good.
Wait, for 15 million.
It's Endo Fernandez, bro. You got Endo Fernandez.
You got Endo Fernandez.
You got Endo Fernandez.
You got Jordan Endo.
Huh?
Wait, you mess with no. Let me Oh.
Anyways, we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Anyways, go on. Mons, enjoy the Endo Fernandez.
Henderson.
Wait, he's 30, yeah?
I'm
He's 30.
okay, months. Wake up, bro. Wake up.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, it's like Warren is saying, I'm a Man City fan and seen Liverpool play against us, and I was very impressed. He looks comfortable on the ball. I think Chelsea are making a mistake. I would get rid of Kukurea instead.
There's not a buyer for Kukurea, though, is there? I don't think.
Exactly what Francis is saying. He's responding. Mo, we have tried. Nobody wants Kukurea on those wages.
What wages is Kukurea on like?
He's on like 180k or something.
I heard he's on
like that.
200k, mate. 200k.
No.
Is it 200? Is he on more than
That's shocking.
Chilwell?
Mate, I heard he's on like 200, mate. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
We
a bit
can look at
over,
it.
but
We can look at it.
He's
That's
on
easy.
175k.
that's madness, though. Still, that is absolutely madness.
Desi is asking about Kendall's opinion on the Greenwood case. Go back to the timestamps after the video, my friend, and you will see us talking about it. It will be on the video and it will be on the.
Hey, you don't have to be rude either. You can hear us calling her Kendall as well, so don't be rude.
I was going to say that.
He might not.
That's
He
why
might
I'm
not.
not- I did not read the.
Do you not want to wait for Monster to come on? He said he's going to jump on right now and give him 5
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Let's.
Yeah,
have,
sure. Yeah, sure. We got time.
All right, go on right now then, because we're waiting. We're waiting at the door.
Guys, we're not finishing this. Monts is coming on.
Is he gonna have like the lines on his face? You know, when you
2
have that
minutes.
proper good nap and you have like the lines on your face and the proper good nap.
You need the headphones or the
Yeah.
pillows.
Endo's coming through your window. Yeah, let's go, man.
But you know, it's funny though, because obviously being a Londoner, it's like saying Hendo literally without the H, like Endo, like proper cockney.
No, because they're gonna start calling him like Extendo or something stupid like that. That's just what people are gonna start calling him. Like, it's gonna annoy us.
They're gonna extendo.
Yeah, they're gonna start calling him like Extendo and that because he's like, get away,
They're
man.
gonna extend his contract.
Yeah.
But
I
a
wish
30-year-old, I don't know.
Going on?
You know what's bad about Liverpool though? They were like, you know what, we don't want to get Paulinho, he's too old, yada yada. Now all of a sudden they're getting a 30-year-old when they could have got a 27-year-old. Like, it don't make no sense, man. It don't make sense what they're doing. It don't make no sense.
They're gonna. I think it might be the end of the road for Liverpool. Like,
Hey, listen, I would love it. I need to see Callum, Drifty, Matt.
as soon as he signed in, that song's been in my head the whole time. The whole time.
I need to see them mudded.
You know what though? If do you reckon they're gonna still be working on a Check the Corey deal though? I think this is just
Not
one.
for 70 million
AMs?
though.
I don't
Not for
think
70
so.
million.
No, maybe 60. Maybe 60.
The core is not worth that. No way.
It's desperation if they pay 60 for Decore. I think it's like actual desperation.
That is mad. Someone said you'll never walk alone.
That's kind of wait. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't.
Shout out to J James, man. Man said you'll never walk alone. Hey, that is goated.
That's kind of racist.
That's
still.
goated.
I can't be on camera right now.
That's a bit.
Oh,
Yo.
don't do that thing. Don't do Red
Fucking
John
fuck.
thing. Can't do it.
Man said you can never walk alone. You know, that is crazy, bro. That is yo.
Hey, relax.
So someone said I cannot apprehend.
Oh man, you man are wild, bro. Man, I saw someone say Konnichiwa earlier as well, bro.
Anyone that's of anywhere from Far East Asia, I do apologize if you've taken offense.
I want hurry up.
Guys, hit that like at least, guys. Since you're here and you're enjoying our company, we are too. So hit that like button for me. Give me 600, 700 likes. Come on, show them how to do the like. I'm just, I just want to
can't be
embarrass
asked.
myself.
They know exactly where it is underneath. I know, and this doesn't, go towards people that don't have accounts and don't watch on their account. So I understand. How about go make one? Maybe, potentially. But yeah. Wait, what's that?
This is it. Just hit that X, guys. The X here, and then you'll see the like button. It's thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up. So
Oh no, I feel really bad. Oh my god, because I literally
just waiting for this month's meltdown.
someone tweeted me earlier and was like, "Oh, when Chelsea are never going to sell Lewis Holt, a top 4 rival, like that, it's just never going to happen. We're going to give him on loan, if that." And I quote tweeted her, being like, with the screenshot of the bid, and she just messaged me being like, "Oh, thank you for quoting me. I think you're amazing," and that. And now I feel so guilty. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Shout out Lara, man. Like, I am genuinely really sorry now.
Listen.
I'm surprised she didn't think that though. Like, she just sold Havertz and Mount and Kovacic. Chose going Fulham. Fez.
Mons, hello. Hi, Mons.
Yo.
You right, bro?
Yo, about to slash the water in my face, bro. Yo, you man's there.
Yeah. What you saying, Mons? Hi. Oh, you got a good 5 minutes, man. Before we end the stream,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry I'm late, people. I fell asleep.
It's all right, man.
You're here now, Mons. Like,
Mhm.
have you recollected the news or?
No, I woke up,
been in the corner?
called you straight away, and then you said something about us signing a DM who's 30 years old, and I promise you, I didn't even believe a word you said.
Yeah, you finally signed Endo.
The guy you've been chasing all summer.
Bro, who is that? I ask you again. Who is that?
Endo Fernandez. Endo Fernandez.
Endo.
The one you wanted back in January.
The Endo. The
Jordan
Endo.
Endo.
Cool. So now I'm actually gonna look on my phone and see who this is.
Monch, can I ask? Would you take Fabinho back
Excuse me.
in this situation?
But then you don't
Ndombele.
Ndombele.
Would you not take any of your exes back?
Listen,
Right.
I
ain't
would
gonna lie to
take
you, bro.
St. Maximin back.
I'll
I
bring
ain't gonna
Christian.
lie to you,
back.
bro.
Bring Christian
There might be
back.
one or two that are in another world. I don't know, but
Yeah, I might need to be a little bit more toxic and maybe.
Wait, who is this?
What are you doing?
Who is this?
What are you doing, man?
His name is
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What
He's
are you looking at?
the player we just signed.
Yeah, no. Go look at his first name.
This is what I'm doing that now. Bear with me.
What the?
He's still waking up.
What is he doing?
What the? Wait, who?
Well, you
No,
know-
it's what are you, not what the.
Nah, yeah, it's Wataru.
Wataru
Endo.
Endo. I need to go look at comps because I do not know
Comps.
who this is. I'm sorry, like how do you not know who this guy is? Aren't you a YouTuber, bro? I don't know who the f- he is, bro. I'll be honest.
you know what though? There are some footballers that actually don't have comps because they're so unknown.
No, he's got comps because I can see Casey from BSP sending in comps and laughing. I'm gonna watch them after this stream, innit? So I
He's
don't know.
31 in Feb, a day after my birthday.
Listen, hey, I like my DMs experienced. You know what I'm saying? I
Like
prefer
me,
that I have no hair on their head. But if he has a hairline, I'm a bit worried because I need my DMs built like Amrabat. I'm not gonna lie, I need them built like Amrabat. So
Amrabat.
Oh, you were like, by the way, Mons, we didn't know you were linked with him for about 30 minutes, and that went down the drain.
From what source?
Some next source in Netherlands, and then Fabrizio confirmed that you're just interested, and that's it. He said, "Yeah, you are interested, no bid, but you appreciate the player." Da 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 da.
Oh,
And then
that's not that.
Endo came out. The end game.
Do you know what's so funny? Imagine this guy actually might turns out to be pretty good.
He's good.
Hey, yo.
I like him personally.
Wait, is he like? What's he good at? Is he like a? Is he a?
Reading the game.
I know someone said he's slow. He told me he was slow.
Yeah, he's
Like,
quite
chat, help
slow.
me out, man. Never about chat, help me out. Yeah.
No, he's good. He's good. No, he's good. He's been at like Bundesliga for like what 3-4 years? 3-4 years now. Like he's been quite decent. Like he was great in the World Cup. He's an all-rounder. I like to liken him to a little bit of a Jorginho.
Man, you look. I need to bounce, man. In a
Yeah,
bit.
do your
in a
thing,
bit.
man. I'm just waiting.
Big up,
Bye
bro.
bye.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm still in like sleep mode. This is mad.
He doesn't shoot.
Moving like Liverpool in the negotiation process, bro. It's all right.
Hey, you better challenge for the title. You expectations are on your team.
Title?
Wait,
Title?
Challenge for it.
The title where?
Challenge. Just challenge for that.
If I want the title, I'll check the front of a book.
No,
No,
just
no title.
So same expectations as me, and you spent 100 million more than me and some of my midfielders.
Sorry, you're in what year of Jurgen Klopp ball? We're in what year of Poch ball?
I thought we was in the first year of our rebuild. Oh,
what rebuild?
No. I was told I was in a rebuild.
Wait, when have I ever said you must win the Premier League? I've had that you must tag for United and Arsenal.
Hold on. I didn't ask you to win the league. I said you need to challenge. Third place minimum.
Bro, one game at a time. Come back to me in December. Because we can renegotiate in January. We can renegotiate in January.
Yeah. See you, man. Again, ambition, expectations. Only Chelsea will spend this amount of money, and then just.
This is what happens when you're in season 1 of a new manager.
Season 1.
Tempered expectations, bro.
So all I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna need silverware from you. Or serious questions. I'm gonna need some sort of silverware.
The cups. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're on the same page. Cool. We need to be lifting the cups.
I need a domestic cup. Do you know what? I'll go as far as to say third and a domestic cup from you. Needs to happen this year.
Third would be nice.
Like Man United, isn't it? Basically, isn't it?
Hold on. You think? Hold on, Mons. You think they should finish above you? You think that Chelsea should finish above you?
100%. 100%.
I Mons. Can we have this one?
Of course.
Can we have this one for the vibes?
Yeah.
What?
We signed Endo. I was saying we got a TM. We signed someone.
But yeah, man.
A bad place for 2 days, people.
But yeah, man. Thanks to Monts's 5-minute cameo. We're gonna be back tomorrow. What time? 2 p.m. I think.
1:30, 2 p.m. Something like
1:30, 2 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, man. And big up for Monts for sleeping during a rival show where we could have done with his input more. But he decided to sleep on it. But it's what it is.
It's so boring.
If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're kind of nearly on 16k already, so big up if you ain't done it yet. You know what to do. Big up to the panel. Lewis, Mons, channels in the description. Kendall here. She's gonna replace Tottenham. Why not? So is what it is. See you tomorrow, and make sure I don't know, man. Wash your armpits or something.